Oakley dokley day. I think this is correct. And if it's not, oh well. Sweet deal. So the way we left it last night, wasn't or last session, depending on when you're listening to this, Alec, is that after defeating that bank heist crew, one of them had a dead man's trigger, which you managed to escape the building before all the glass windows at that level shattered out with flame into the streets, and that's where we stopped.
Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Explosions.
I know we're in like an old west type setting, so it's probably one of those old type banks, but this whole time I just realized I was envisioning like one of those like 70s type banks that's like floor to ceiling glass, like your typical like city, like New York City
Sure.
type building. Like, wait, that's not right.
It's actually a little bit right.
Well, there you go.
There was a lot of glass to explode out, is all I'm saying. Remember, especially in cities, like I would say this, a good rule of thumb, like towns like Mayfield or just smaller towns definitely have more of a Western feel, but like big cities, it starts to push a little more towards the fantastical and steampunky for what it's worth.
Okay.
Just because civilization's a hell of a thing.
It is indeed.
Sweet.
What time of day is it now?
Oh, it is not day at all. It is in fact night. And this would it's probably the wee hours now. Still dark, but not quite sunrisey. So somewhere in between midnight and 2 in the morning, maybe.
Oh, what was the name of the gentleman that was with us guarding?
Baracus?
Yeah,
Baracus. Tower will turn to Baracus and say, "Is there someone that we should report this to, or do we just keep guarding until morning?"
He's kind of standing there, wide-eyed at the state of his employment.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It does take a few moments for him to kind of like blink a few times and then, well, if anyone's still asleep, I don't really know. I don't really know at all. I'm going to call the manager. Excuse
Good
me.
call.
He
Yes.
kind of saunters away from you.
That might be for the best.
Shall we take a look around and make sure there's nobody else taking a look around?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would like to take a look at what remains of the inside just to make sure that the vault is still structurally stable.
Okay. There is still flame and smoke happening in this building.
Important stuff. Yeah, let's go ahead and try to start putting out fires is what I would want to do as best I could. I don't really have a plan for that. I can't really make water. But I'm assuming there's a bunch of dirt around. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, I'm really plumb out of useful things.
Is there some kind of water spot nearby?
Not like there's not a river or a lake or something in eye shot here.
I meant more of like troughs for horses or something, or...
Oh, sure. There would be troughs for horses, sure.
A nearby hydrant of endless water.
Or that.
A temple nearby with some kind of magic people that might be able to do some kind of magic.
A few people who seem to, either working late or do live in the area do start to like sort of gather as crowds do, as the main chaos has subsided, but now the building is still, it's not like engulfed in flames necessarily, but stuff is on fire in there. There has been damage.
Does it seem like the flames are getting bigger?
You know how a building looks how that building looked after the Green Goblin threw his little thing in there and fucked up Aunt May? It looks like that.
Does it seem like the flames are getting bigger?
I guess make an investigation check. That's fair.
I mean, there wasn't much wood in here, right? You said most of it was like marble flooring and the glass windows and stuff.
That's true. Like, as much as you can remember, it seemed like a lot of chairs and tables, but there was a lot of like tapestry type decoration in here. It doesn't seem like there's certainly more fire in here than when you started, that's for sure. But as to if it's growing, doesn't seem like it.
I don't have
and Flint, I wasn't telling you couldn't go into the building. if you wanted to. I'm just telling you, it's not.
Nobody's getting in from the front at this point, so I just want to check the back of the building where the vault would have an external wall, just to make sure that nothing's happened back there.
I hear you. And you probably could like get in through the front. It's not like barred with flames, but every
Or
once in a while,
through a
like,
window.
stuff. Yeah, certainly through a window. You do hear like something like fall and break, but like at one point, like something that was just hanging like a tooth on a tendon just finally snaps and drops.
Oh, thanks for that imagery.
You're welcome. But sure, yeah, walking around to the back. Surprisingly, building seems intact.
Over the mind link, I say, should we maybe have one person on each side of the building just to make sure no one enters
I think
as
so.
best as we can until someone gets here?
Yeah.
Hopefully
Yes.
Barack will bring someone soon.
Sounds like a working plan.
Flint's at the back already.
I'll take a side.
I will take the other.
Okay,
I guess I get the front.
sure.
Look tough out here, Shra.
And as you kind of set your perimeter, in anticipation, after some time, more people do start to kind of pour into the street. And not too long after that, I'd say like a horse-drawn wagon will eventually arrive to the front. About 6 people kind of get out of it really fast and begin doing some sort of casting. And eventually they start basically using things like control water and others to just like spray this building down, get the fires out.
Magic does have its uses.
Wage mages out here earning their keep.
Yeah, I think we're still. Oh, no, go ahead.
Is there anyone in the group that looks official?
They do seem to be uniformed. They all
Like the
seem
leader
to be wearing,
official
they all
is what I
seem-
mean.
They all seem
Oh.
to be wearing the same. So,
Okay.
Excuse me.
but that's what they're gonna do. And I would, if there's nothing you want to do in that time, I would say advancing further, a carriage will arrive, and the manager of this place that you met before is going to come out and just kind of have this look of horror across his face as he pulls out a little handkerchief from his coat pocket and starts dabbing his forehead, kind of assessing the damages that have taken place here.
It's the same manager for that we spoke to before.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go up to him and say, we're sorry, but we did stop them from going into the vault. So
Yeah,
that should all be secure.
He's like, you weren't wrong, sir. This place was certainly being marked.
I wish I had listened. I think it was here. Yep. I certainly did say that, didn't I?
Yeah, the bad news is that the perpetrators of this particular incident cannot be brought to justice. The good news is that they ain't a problem anymore. And then I suppose the other bad news is that there was very clearly a very large explosion that happened here. The way they've been doing it, they had this giant contraption that tunneled under the earth, and somehow they got the thing to phase through the ground and rise up. Doesn't leave a bit of evidence on the top side.
Okay. Well.
And he just walks in through the doors to see what it
Well,
looks like.
trigger warning: there may be some dead folk in there that are in many pieces.
In fact, we should probably go check that to make sure that they didn't, like, I don't know. It was an explosion. They died. But I feel like we should just double check that there's bodies of some
Oh
kind.
shit, damn it. Yeah, no. Amateur mistake. We took our eyes off the bodies.
Well, we kind of had to. Or we would have been bodies right next to them. But you never know. Could have happened while we were out here guarding.
Yeah, what was there, like 5 of them, the ape?
I think 4 in the ape.
That sounds correct.
As you kind of
It's-
crunch your way through broken wood and glass. What was that, Aranoa?
Nothing. I was just going to say, is the fire out enough that we can go in and check?
Oh
But
yeah,
you
yeah. At this
already
point, the
got to that
fire's
point.
done. Yeah. There's just the smell of smoldered everything, and just that light hiss left.
Mhm.
Just the tail end of a campfire, basically. As you kind of crunch through, now everything's kind of soaked and gross. And as you kind of take the space in, it looks like structurally this place will be fine, though being marble. There's some damage just from shrapnel that has, broken some pillars, things of that nature, and stained it most likely. But all in all, the building itself seems like it will endure. What will not endure is the majority of furnitures that was in this room when we started. The desk near the vault has been gravely injured as there's multiple pieces of metal and tread that have just riddled that thing almost unrecognizable. The back wall where the vault door is does appear to still be intact.
Are there bodies?
Not that you can outright see. You would probably have to search through the refuse to figure it out.
I'll start
Among-
searching.
Amongst the refuge, are there bits and pieces of this machine, this contraption?
Yeah, of course. Yes.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure it didn't like ghost away or whatever.
Sorry, that's what I'm saying about like that back clerk desk area. Like
Mhm.
a lot of that vehicle has been completely sundered and turned into like a frag grenade in this space.
Yeah.
And has just riddled itself in pieces into that, like scattered all about.
Mhm.
The
Y'all,
only
while
thing
we
that
look through-
seems partially intact is like the actual drill piece that was on the front. Though, yeah, that's just because it's like a big thick metal thing that didn't get pieced, if you will.
The nature of this machine is strange. Once the explosion happened, was there a hole left in the ground from that? Was it still partially in the ground when it exploded? I know it had come up, but was it entirely breached, or was it just like the nose out and we were dealing with it? I don't specifically remember.
Oh, sorry, no, the whole thing had like phased up
Okay,
to
cool.
floor level.
Gotcha. Cool.
Like
Never
their
mind.
plan must have been to like come up into the vault, load
Yeah.
up, go away, right?
I just wasn't sure if that was if they needed to have the whole vehicle out, like entirely breached, or if that was still somewhat ghosty into the ground. But no.
I understand etherealness well.
Oh, I don't.
You can't occupy. You have to be in a free space when you unethereal. I mean, no, I can change that as a DM for story purposes and make things cool. That's all fine and dandy. But usually speaking, I think when something is ethereal and then becomes unethereal, I don't think you can occupy the same space as another thing without immediately taking super amounts of damage or something like that.
Sure.
So for their purposes, they would have materialized without like being in concrete. You know what I mean?
Yes, entirely. I get you.
Well, if we are looking through this, I say this over the mind link. If we're looking through this refuse for bodies, I don't know if anyone else is helping me while I look. Can you keep an eye open if you see any like somewhat intact pieces? I'm just so curious about how they made this thing.
Sure, I'll help you with that.
Give me some new investigations.
Gladly.
Either independently or, well, I suppose they'll need to be independently if you want them to be for what you initially said. Like you're looking for bodies, Tower's looking for usable items, usable pieces of this machine.
No, I mean, I just mean while I'm looking for bodies, I'd also be looking just to see if I find anything while I'm looking.
I wouldn't have advantage or anything like that. I just didn't have it set right.
Okay,
I'll
well
add
then
my
that's
knowledge
why.
from a past life onto that. Just, I didn't even get over 10. Okay.
Okay. The good news is you do find what seems to be the remaining part of the overall chest cavity of that four-armed gorilla creature, completely exposed. It's like the roast beast in The Grinch, if you ever see it. It's just like, imagine if the rib cage was completely blown outward and open, and then there was just like a meat stew in the middle. That's what you find as you like lift up half the table. All the limbs and everything else completely blown away and cauterized. Can't speak. In this black soot mush that has been made from like charcoaled stuff plus magic water. That's what you find for sure. As well as a few parts of equipment that is completely destroyed from this, and like smaller creature bones and meat around. It seems like, yes, these corpses were corpsed.
Well, that's a relief at least.
In terms of usable stuff, it seems like nothing strikes you as interesting in terms of what you are finding. It just seems like machinery parts that have been turned to scrap, essentially.
Not much here.
Seems like
Big
they knew
drill,
what they
though.
were doing, and they rigged it to go.
Hmm.
True. That I guess that is interesting. There's a huge ass drill piece in like where it was, right?
Mm.
Other than that,
Not much else. And as you can see, the evidence for our story is plain.
indeed. Well, and you see him kind of do his best to kind of walk over the stuff and skirt around all the debris, move his way past the clerk counter, go to the big door there. You see him like touch some runes in a sequence on the side, and then start pulling the door, getting that to crank open, and cracks it just enough so he can kind of slip his arm through, pulls out a bag, and and comes back to you. I believe, like you said, the problem is solved, and well, here's what you're owed. I've got quite a few calls to make, it seems.
Power will go ahead and take it. And apologies that you do have to do that. We weren't nobody was expecting this. You did, however, secure us for 3 nights. I know the main problem you were worried about is solved, but do you need somebody to watch a ruined building for the next couple of nights? Would that help you?
I won't say no.
We will be here, and I don't mind. I feel like you've now paid us for it, so I will be here.
What to do after the sudden decimation of the building.
And hopefully by the time we are done with our watch, the building could be more secure as far as windows and whatnot, and will be less necessary.
Gods, I hope so. If you'll excuse me, and he kind of touches the side of his head. Hello, Bartholomew? Yeah, we're gonna need a big renovation. And he walks away.
Hopefully that will be a couple of quiet nights. I don't mean to. I know Flint said he would be willing to, but if you two would like your nights to yourselves over the next couple, I don't think that would be a probable problem.
No, we were hired for the job, so I'll be here.
Fair enough. Shall we count out our gold pieces here?
Sure.
Or back at... Oh, yeah.
And if I'm correct, that number was 6,000 gold.
That sounds about right.
Woohoo.
And that is what exists there.
You know, I do believe this will put me to where I could pay my part of it. That's 1,500 more, right? Yeah, 1,500.
15?
As far as were we to split the 6,000 up?
It's not 1250?
Am I tripping? 6,000?
It's 15.
Okay.
And how much more did we owe the enchanters? It was something like... I know it was 40,000, and then we got the big discount. I think we were down to like 16,000 left, right?
Yeah.
And I have 4,000 gold here. I can certainly pay my part.
Yeah, I have enough to do my part as well.
The number I have written up here is, I think, 19,200.
Feel like it was 16.
Hmm.
It definitely wasn't a strange number like that. It definitely was an even number.
Was the
Like
19,200, was that for the arrow of succubus slaying? That was
Yeah.
there was a big discount that was...
Yes.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
So, shall we feed y'all for some breakfast and then perhaps go pay our debts and sleep easy before work tonight?
Sure.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And we do.
Sweet deal. So what exactly are you doing first?
Just grabbing some quick breakfast before heading over to the enchanters to pay them what we owe.
Okay. Back at the tavern for breakfast, is that what you're saying?
Unless we see something else on the way, right?
Guess so.
I mean, there's plenty of places to eat in the city.
Sure. How about that, there's a little dwarfish booth that's opening up right over there?
Oh, well, yeah, I could try something new.
Fine by me.
Alrighty.
And so you do.
This dwarvish food, is there some cultural significance to the sliminess of the oats?
Oh, sorry, what was that?
Nothing, just some shade on your culture.
No, I had a chair squeak in the middle of that.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, Tower asked if there is some cultural significance to the sliminess of the oats.
Oh no, that just happens to anything that you start growing in a suitably damp cave.
Ah. So sliminess to you is a bit of a taste like home, huh?
Oh no, this is disgusting.
Good to know.
Okay, it also reminds me of home, but it's also disgusting.
Do you have a favorite dwarvish delicacy?
Let's see. One of our finest delicacies would be. Let's see. We got. You take some cave wheat. You grind that up into flour. You bake some. You bake some good mushrooms directly into the bread. That eats like a meal if you're ever in a pinch.
Sounds tasty
Like-
too.
Like you know that the elves have that bread that lasts
Oh,
for
that
weeks.
they like wrap in leaves and shit.
Yeah, it's like that,
Mm-hmm.
except it's our version and it's got mushroom and it keeps because it goes stale incredibly quickly.
I think I've heard of it. Is it pain chapon?
Yeah, that'd be the one.
That's mushroom bread in French.
Ah.
Wait, hold on, that has that lovely sound in French too. Nice.
Yeah.
Punch upon.
And, you know, somebody better at pronouncing French words would pronounce it better than I did. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Chapon, something similar.
That's unfortunate.
Mushroom bread?
Some dwarven bakeries also double as weapon sales. So
Oh.
either way, it brings pain to the masses.
I get it. Oh, bread.
Well, as the sun rises and finds its place in the morning sky, you have your dwarven oatmeal. But soon enough, feels about time where you're going to want to rest, I imagine. And that's.
Is it too early to go to the enchanters?
By the time you're done, get to this place for breakfast, have breakfast. No, it isn't. They do get an early start around here.
We were gonna do that next, right?
And it's easy enough to pay people. If you have the funds to do it, then your debt to them is now 0.
Cracked in 4,000 more gold.
Woo!
Yeah, we did it though.
So how much gold are we spending right now?
4,000 each.
4K each? Easy.
Yep. Still got plenty of walking around money though. Not much if I wanted to buy something nice though. Wasn't really having my eye on anything nice. So
Do you guys have a bag of holding, by the way?
I do.
Couldn't remember if this one had a bag of holding.
I'm trying to remember which game has the has at least 2 bags of holding and or a hole.
That's the other game.
our novice definitely has at least 2 bags of holding wandering around.
How silly.
Yeah. Tower decided to pick up a backpack for herself, so.
I mean, Branch.
Branch, shit! God
Towers
damn.
in this world.
Tower's a whole
Please
other
leave for a
character. Oh. Okay, fair enough.
Oh shit, which reminds me, as long as we're buying stuff, I'd like to throw money at another 3 sets of manacles.
Okay.
I am.
You got some
I'm
plans
looking up the
tonight,
price
Sheriff?
if I can- How does it always come back to this? I'm fishing the if I can get that at standard price,
Oh, sure.
assuming the availability.
Mundane manacles? Not a problem.
Bless you.
2 apiece.
Thank you.
Bless you.
I won't say it.
No, I've already been blessed twice, so.
Well, me not saying it and pointing it out takes at least 1 away.
Oh,
I don't,
how that works.
I don't know. Whatever.
Why do you want our friend to be sick?
What? Thick? Just unblessed.
That's worse.
Now, if you're from the south, If you're from the south and people are blessing your heart, then yikes!
And they're insulting
Especially
you
your
to
little
face.
heart.
Oh, your wee little heart.
Oh,
Tiny
man.
baby heart.
The absolute damn.
Your wee Jesus baby heart.
So
Baby Jesus.
Heart.
Yeah, I think we're going to bed after this.
just checking.
Yeah, and we do.
I shouldn't do that. Cool. And you lay down and rest your eyes for the long rest ahead. An insane evening and an explosive close. Let me do this. Well, some of you are resting. Some of you are staying awake, I assume.
Well, it's still a rest, right? It's
For 4
a
hours.
weird. It's a weird
And
rest.
an awake
But yeah,
rest.
yes, yeah.
A relative parlance.
Flint and Shaw, that's the rooms, right? It's Aranoa and Tower and Shaw and Flint.
I believe
I
so.
believe so.
Yes.
Just give me a perception check, please. Yeah.
Who?
Shaw and Flint?
Out like a light.
Were we supposed to hear those footsteps?
What
Huh?
footsteps?
Okay, right on. I thought you had maybe played footstep sound effects.
Weird.
I heard. I thought I heard footsteps. I thought I heard.
Are
I
you
thought-
hallucinating?
It's possible. It's possible. I hope so. God, that'd be nice.
Cool. What am I looking for? Is the question. Excellent news. Flint, you feel maybe it's just because of the way that things went down last night, but you feel a sharp pain in your chest, a pang, if you will. Really bad. You take 1 damage as your eyes bolt open and you see the cook of this tavern plunging a dagger into your chest.
Oh shit!
Whoa!
Me currently desperately trying to think of a reason why I might be getting murdered. It's like, what did I do to offend?
His eyes look wild. You can see that he's rummaged through your items.
I take it that I did not wake up.
Well, not in that particular moment, but I mean, Flint, how do you react to getting stabbed in the chest by the cook?
The same way that most people react. Ream. Checking my inventory for things that would probably be on me while I am asleep. Yeah, probably none of this shit.
And I will say, Aranoa and Tower, upon that scream, Shaw, you're right there. It wakes you up. Aranoa Tower, make a perception check to see if you can hear that scream through the hallway through these doors. Can you see all this, or is it hidden from you?
Yeah, we can see it.
Aranoa, you definitely hear it. Cool. I would say let's go ahead and roll initiative here. I know it's 9:07, so if we need to stop here, that's fine too.
I mean, we started late. We can probably go to like 9:20. Oops, I didn't roll initiative when I had. Fuck, I always
Yeah,
forget
this
how
is
this
all
works.
kinds of messed up because I didn't clear this. So what just got rolled? Tower.
There we go. I got mine in.
Okay,
Good,
I'm looking
correct.
at these numbers. I see 10:14, so this one is wrong.
Sorry, I got
No,
impatient.
mine
and
was
clicked it
right.
twice.
And I'm guessing we were able to have
Yeah,
at least a short rest, right?
Yeah, probably a short. Okay. I just
Okay.
need to go through and delete all the doubles. Is what's happening here. So
Oh.
Shaw had 10:14, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully that just deleted the right one. Flint, or who's on this next? Let's go. in
Should be
order.
it.
22:16.
Yep.
Tower is a
12.
9:18.
It would be a 12:18. I rolled the 12 first, and then the 9 was just to get my token onto the board.
So 12.18. And Shra 22.
What?
No, that's
I mean,
mine.
no. Sorry, I looked at yours, said Shra, but I got it correct. Oh man, I hate how Roll20 does this to me. I also hate that I didn't remember to put this down. I want to tell this token to add a turn, but because it's at the top of the area,
Yeah.
the bullshit goes off screen.
Mm-hmm.
It's just,
Classic.
I don't know. I don't know why it always does that. It doesn't make sense. It should just center itself.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of other programs are able to put the dialogue boxes on the screen, no matter where you try to get them from. I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, descend. What did I say that number was? Will I be back there? Okay, Flint, as luck would have it, you're up first.
All right. I'm going to immediately go for a grapple. That is an athletics check, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
versus their acrobatics or athletics.
All right.
Okay,
Oh, damn.
their
Woohoo!
athletics or acrobatics, so they're gonna roll this plus. Wow. Okay. But they only rolled an 11, or their total is 11, so you have a hold of them.
Wonderful.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to get off of the bed, and I'm going to let's see. Am I allowed to maneuver a grappled enemy?
Half speed. Yeah.
Half speed.
I looked a lot into the grapple mechanics of this game a while back.
All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, like, basically he's got the dagger in me, and it's technically safer to have the dagger still inside of me than to pull it out. I'm just going to go up, now we're not going to insert real life logic into that, fuck it. I'm going to bear hug him, and then I'm going to yeet ourselves onto the ground over here, just to create some more open space.
Okay.
I'd like to bring him to the center square, please.
What? This one?
One down. Yeah, there we go. And I'm just going to yell, "What the Sam hell do you think you're doing?"
You're not getting a response out of them.
Oh, and assuming that our equipment is like close by, I would like my bag of stuff to be over here. I'm going to start grabbing stuff next turn.
Are you releasing him?
Oh no, not now.
Okay.
I think that'll do a turn.
He's going to writhe in your grip, but fail. But no vocal response to your questioning. Aranoa, it's your turn.
Do I lose movement getting up from the bed?
You technically are. Oh, well, I mean, I guess I should have asked you too what you were doing in this room beforehand. But if you were laying on the bed or something, probably because you'd be prone.
No, I've always kind of imagined Aranoa sitting instead of laying, which sorry, that sounds like a lie, but it's genuinely the truth. Like, because I guess I imagine like sitting by the fire kind of thing, but I guess if we're having a bed, then...
I mean, but
I literally always imagined Tower and Aranoa just staring at each other as they rest.
Right, like sitting and...
Yes,
and,
yes,
I
yes.
feel like you guys described that before.
Yeah, or like we sit back to back or something.
Yeah,
so we both have
generally.
vision of, yeah.
When we're out and about in public,
Right.
I'm thinking if we're in a room, we're facing each other. But maybe I'm wrong.
Just staring
No, I
off
think so, too.
1,000 yards.
I don't think that makes much of a difference, though, for what we're talking about.
Fair.
Because either way, you're not starting from a standing position.
Okay,
you were
so
saying.
sitting counts as prone. Then I'll use
I think
half
so.
of my movement
am I wrong about that? People that know rules here?
That I have no fucking idea about.
Sorry, which rule clarification?
Sitting, is it prone or is it standing or what is sitting?
Yeah, does it affect your movement?
I mean,
speed?
just
Or-
think
Are you
about it.
mounted on a chair?
Huh?
Like, it's easy
Prone-
to stand up from a seated position.
Yeah.
Prone is on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is on the ground in a reclined position, as opposed to sitting, I would assume, is just sitting. And I don't think it takes anything up, although if you wanted to be a stickler, I would say maybe a 5-foot step to get up.
It doesn't matter. It just means that enemies will be able to get to you from seated easy too. So go ahead.
Okay. Then I'm gonna.
That's my arbitration. When we're figuring it out, it's like, okay, go ahead, because they'll just do it to you. It's fine.
I feel like sitting position is just like more likely to be in a surprise round if you're that comfortable.
Yeah. So you can move normally. Is the takeaway here.
Okay. So then I'm gonna go ahead and jump up when I hear the scream, and kind of like grab Tower's arm and shake them real quick, like, "Hey, I just heard Sheriff screaming in the other room." I'll grab my spear, which I would keep by the door for this kind of occasion, and then me and Steel Defender are gonna book it out of here. Although Steel Defender is gonna get there faster because they have more speed. So let me count out their steps first. 1, 2. Oops, that's the door. 7, 8. And then I'm gonna use my action to dash. 1.
I know the boxes here are a little weird, but it was hard to fit this to the page, so that's what
All
we
right.
got.
Well, I'm just gonna be there, assuming that counts as in the room.
Yeah, it does.
Cool. And well, Steel Defender actually didn't have to dash to get here, so I'm gonna use my bonus action to tell Steel Defender to. No, I guess I can't use Force Rend on it because it's grappled at the moment, and that would mean I would also hit Flint.
That shouldn't be true.
No. Okay.
I don't think so. Yeah, as you break the threshold and enter this room, you see that Flint is locked in combat with the cook, the cinnamon cook. Get out of here, Tibble.
Okay. Well, then there's Steel Defender's attack.
Will
and
hit.
That's it.
Right? Sure will. Okay. Sorry. Just Reading. Damage was 4. Alrighty. It is now this person's turn, as they are grappled, but they can still do stuff. I don't know why it wouldn't try to make another attack on you. Flint.
Come at me.
That is a 15.
And unarmored, I should be at AC 13, so go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay. None of that. Oop. I already attacked you. What am I doing here? Here we go. It's damage dice. Oh. That's 9 piercing damage as this blade enters you. I also need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please. You have advantage.
I took 1 last time. What the hell has happened? You said 9?
I said 9 piercing damage and a con save, please, at advantage.
4 and a con save at advantage. Coming right up.
You're fine.
Oh, we fine.
Well, you're not exactly fine. Hold on.
I don't like where this is going.
I need the advanced. Is that the right number? Yep. So, you take...
Oh, shit.
Oh, you saw it?
Yep.
You take half of that.
Oh, baby. 1/2 of that coming right up.
That's their turn.
Okay. Tower will go ahead and get up and make its way down this way. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll get here. We'll pop Fat Bottom Girl, unleashing the rockin' world effect on anybody I choose, which would require a dex save from this person that I can see.
Damn, can't believe they're fucking rolling like that. Where is your thing?
I'm going to get murdered by an angry chef tonight, aren't I?
Okay.
No.
It's going to fail that.
Brilliant. It's
They're
just
gonna
a
fail
7
that, I mean.
force damage. That was a bonus action. With my attack, I'm going to try to disarm using Fat Bottom Girl. I'm going to try to knock the weapon out of this mofo's hand.
Is that another dexterity save or something?
Yeah.
Or a contested thing?
It's a contested. It's my attack roll versus their strength or dex check.
Okay. Total 22 for them. But you crit yours. Okay.
And then with my extra attack,
Sorry, I'm just reading that.
There's a lot going on there. With my extra attack, I will try to punch the person using Fat Bottom Girl, and shit happens.
That will unfortunately miss.
And get in the doorway to block an exit, and that will be my turn.
Excellent. But there's now that you see it with more visibility, a short sword clings to the ground.
I finally sit up and bite.
That will bite the first time at least. Was there supposed to be 2 bites there?
Yeah, but obviously the second one didn't hit.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Nothing that's gonna stop it. Oops, did I just damage you, Shra? Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, everything's so close.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Flint, it's back to you.
Should we pause there?
We certainly can.
Oh yeah, that's probably a good place to pause. Good call. Thank you for looking out, Wendy.
Locked in turmoil with the cinnamon cook.
Fucking cinnamon cook.
He's
Why? We
salted
have
the
no
wound
idea.
with paprika.
Is paprika-ing the wound?
The sheriff darts his eyes around the room, finding his stuff in the corner, while his friends come to his aid. We'll figure out what happens when we meet up again.
Why is cinnamon cook so mad?
Yeah.
at us?
Did we do something to offend him that I don't remember?
I hope not. Did we promise to come back and eat his food in the morning and we forgot? I don't remember.
I personally assume that he is probably under someone else's control.
Yeah.
Fucking cinnamon
Very
cook.
possible. But I don't know. Man, maybe you shouldn't stay here anymore.
But you paid for the 2 weeks.
You fucking demanding my money back after getting an attack in the middle of the night.
I
no,
can't
they
I'll
won't
go
run now.
full Karen Noah on their asses.
I can't know.
Oh boy. There is a barber in the city.